The Yeti's good if you're doing
Weapon null from zero.
um,
Is that a vehicle kill?
if you're talking in the
Maybe.
same room to somebody. The Yeti's great for that, but if it's just you by yourself talking on your computer to your buddies, the Snowball is great because it's a directional microphone. Whereas the Yeti, you can talk all four sides of it, so you can have four people around you in a conversation, and nobody's going to sound like they're in the corner way off.
Yeah, that's like good for a podcast.
Yes, yes, very good for that. Or if you're doing gear, you're talking to somebody from like Creative Labs, and they're in your studio talking to you.
Yeah.
They can sit across the table from you, and the Yeti is awesome because you can set it up to talk across. Whereas a Snowball's good for just a single person. Very, very good sound quality. Very, very good build. It kind of looks weird, you get used to it, but it is a very, very, very good microphone.
I think we're gonna make it, guys.
I don't know, we're still not there.
Someone want to hop out and head in on foot?
Yeah, I will.
Luke? Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go.
Hold on.
But also don't
Thought I heard Kelly out there.
Audio Technica. I'm using a Samson microphone. Samson's been around for a long time, so is Audio Technica. Audio Technica makes headphones, which I'm using Audio Technica headphones.
Yeah, I'm using Audio Technica
Yeah,
microphone.
he's using an Audio Technica mic.
Running up.
They're a very, very, very good company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm using an AT2020, so you can hear how that sounds,
Yeah.
and it's only 100 and some odd bucks.
Yeah, look to spend anywhere around 75 to 120 bucks for a good quality microphone. I know everybody's going, well, yeah, I get one on the headset I buy for 100 bucks, but in reality, that's a $3 microphone attached to an $8 fucking headset you're paying 150 bucks for. In all reality, it's that shitty.
Yeah, but my whole setup costs close to 250 or a little bit more maybe.
Yeah, mine's about actually.
But
not,
you know,
I'll look for
I
the
bought a
receipt.
I bought a boom mic and a shock mount and pop filter.
I didn't buy all that shit, but just to buy the microphone and the headset, I
Yeah.
paid $191 off from a music shop. And people are probably going, wait, you bought it from a music shop? Well, yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have computer gear there also. So
I don't know if
walk
Admin
in-
Zach uses his name in game.
I don't think he does.
I have
but,
seen it. Maybe not. Oh, crap.
any analog headset
I think
will
I've
work
seen him as Zach though.
as long as it has a 3.5-inch plug. It'll
I'm gonna have
plug
to
into
take some
your
shots.
motherboard sound card. I would suggest spending money to buy a good sound card.
Yeah,
'Cause
see that's the
you will
thing.
see
I don't have a
big
sound
difference.
card
Yeah, I'm actually
other than
thinking about buying the Asus Zonar. It's about 200 some odd dollars for this card, and it is a audiophile grade sound card. And
Yeah,
from
see
what I've
the
said-
one that comes with my motherboard's pretty good.
yeah, they're good,
but-
but I'll bet you if you spent the 200 bucks on the Asus card,
Yeah.
the Zonar, whatever it is, you would hear a night and day difference.
Well, it's just the motherboard I got is pretty boss with shit like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Though.
yeah.
They still cheap out. It's still your sound card on your motherboard is software based. It's not hardware based.
No, this one's hardware based, dude.
It is hardware based. Oh yes, yeah, you got the Creative Labs ones.
Yeah,
that's
I got
not
the
very many.
ROG. I got the
Yeah.
ROG version.
Not
One bag
very
and
many.
spare.
Okay. That is very rare
Oh,
that motherboard manufacturers actually hardware based the sound cards on the motherboards.
Yeah.
Very rare.
I mean, I spent the money for all that kind of shit, and then
Yeah.
it's not one you just want to pick up casually, you know.
No. But even if you just have a half decent, like buy a do some research on the internet and buy a half decent set of headphones.
Yeah, see that's where I'm running into now. I haven't settled on a set of headphones.
Hey, I
yet.
see Floyd.
Yeah,
Welcome to
they're
the
hard
stream.
to settle on. The ones I just bought, the Audio Technicas that I bought, they're from my cheek to the back of my skull. They're not really wide, so they kind of rub on each side of my ear, and they're a little bit uncomfortable, even though they're like $100 headphones. They're Audio Technica, you know, audio. I'm not going to say audiophile, but they're made for audio enthusiasts.
Yeah.
They're not great that way. They are fairly comfortable. They're a leatherette, so I'm going to get a little bit of sweating between them and my skull. But they are what they are. The sound is.
Oh,
actually
you guys
very
waiting on
nice.
me?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh shit, my bad, dude.
I don't know. Did you want to like hang out here?
No, hell no.
Okay.
I was just looting. I didn't know you were done yet.
Yeah, there's hold on. Well, let me get out of here. There'll
But
be
I will
some-
say this: if you can get to swing it, go for an analog headset versus USB.
Yeah.
USB
I tried to do
audio. USB audio introduces a whole shit ton of problems into your system.
that. Yeah, generic drivers.
Yep. So you got to go with, you know, like even my Corsair headset. I frequent the forums for Corsair, and there's shit tons of people on there with the 1500s and the 2100 series. 2100 series is wireless. Problem after problem after problem. You very rarely see somebody with a problem with the 1300s. I think it's the 1300 series, which is the analog. So it's, you got your 3.5-inch, plugs into any phone, any iPad, or you know, any kind of a music player. It'll plug into that. It'll plug into your motherboard sound card.
Yeah, but
no
you know, if
problems at all.
To be totally honest, man, if I had the money, I would. I'd buy a mixing board.
Target that house at 06.
Oh God! Hold on, let me turn my
There we
volume
go.
down.
Target
I'd buy
that
a
house
mixing
at
board.
05.
And,
Yeah, that's a way to
and-
go too.
and get an XLR setup. But I mean, you're gonna drop
That's-
a grand
that's
on
high
that.
money.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna drop at
that's
least
high
a
money.
grand on that just for your computer.
So if you've got rich parents, go for the XLR shit. It's balanced. It's, you know, balanced left, right. It's all that nice shit.
Well,
But-
one of the things about XLR that I like from
No,
being a
I wanted
musician-
tires.
Too bad. Denied.
the connections are stable.
Yes.
Like,
very
like
good.
Yeah.
the housing for the connection, it doesn't get loose like the 3.5mm ones.
If anybody doesn't know what XLR is, it's you go to a rock concert, the microphones that they use on stage,
Yeah, it's got like
Are
5 or 6
XLR.
contacts in them.
no, actually there's
Yeah.
three. There's a ground, there's a left, and a right.
Yeah.
Until you get certain XLRs are multiple, but most standard XLRs are a ground, left, right.
Yeah, see, I was
And-
using
The
the
five-way.
microphones that we set up. Yeah, it was like the
Yeah, they're
5
like
one.
5 ways. Yeah, they're common too. But that's, you know, that's your higher end shit.
Yeah, that's like live show stuff. I'm talking
Yeah.
computer. Yeah.
Yeah, even with, you can get XLR with the if you buy the Blue
That's awesome.
Yeti Pro.
I know.
The Blue Yeti Pro
That's not a
comes
hospital,
with
that's
an
an
XLR connection
Yep.
also. USB XLR, blah
Why
blah
don't
blah.
Why don't we just go to the generic trader, man?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's just do that. I'd rather buy a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, the Yeti is very sensitive. You actually, the thing with the Yeti is you've got
Ragnarok.
you've
the
got
XLR is
different-
the connector,
yeah,
but it's got a
it
back
is.
shell.
It's a
It's got a back shell on the connector that has strain relief on it, where 3.5mm connectors don't. So it's like
Yeah.
if you tug on your cable a lot, or you might have a cat jump on it or something like that, you're not going to pull the wire out of the contact pin.
yeah. It's almost like your connector for your network, or your network card, the RG32, whatever it is. It's the same kind of snap connector. It's got a little metal pin on it.
Yeah.
And the XLR is probably about, I'll
Base.
say, an inch diameter.
Oh.
and it plugs in and it snaps.
Yeah, I saw these guys
Oh,
earlier.
Hang on, stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me,
Let's hit
Target
that.
that chopper
hit
at
that.
1-4.
Stop. Stop something.
Hold.
Oh, right in the door. Alright.
Reload. It's not dead yet. Fucking dead it.
Target that at 1-3. Target that chopper at 1-3.
There
That
it
was
is.
dead. That was dead.
We don't need to
Yeah.
have to deal with that later on, so.
That's the same base we wrecked earlier, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
been.
Oh, yeah, we
we've been
wrecked them
kind of
twice.
picking on them.
Yeah, XLR is your professional grade shit. But it's, you know, you can still use it on a consumer level. It does cost you a bit more when they have XLR connections on there, but if you've got the extra money,
Yeah,
you know, you're
if
gonna
you're
get
gonna-
higher quality shit.
If you're gonna get into audio equipment, it's better to get XLR because it opens up a lot of options for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just
And
want
also-
to get a small like 2-channel mixing board.
Don't ever,
Hey, Arctic Mods.
if
Welcome
any
to
of
the
you
stream.
guys, if any of you guys ever get into higher end audio, like I'm talking home computer, anything like that, do not get sucked into $1,000 cables. A half decently good
you
cable.
don't need that.
No. You know, there's I'm into home audio shit. And I like high end shit. I can't afford it, but I like it. There's so many of these guys out there that have like $5,000 power ports because it makes their system more bright and neutral. Well, because they have the $5,000 cable from the plug on their wall, which delivers shitty fucking power, you know, through this magic cable that has been cryogenically treated, it now sounds 100 times better. It's bullshit. If you have a half decent, you know, copper count fucking wire, you're fine. You know, the manufacturer's not going to send
Oh,
you
someone just bailed off the.
Yep. Somebody's not going to, you know, the manufacturer's not going to send you a cable that's shit with their product.
It's the Boomafu.
Okay.
Back away.
Yeah.
Get away from them. Yeah, he's trying to gear it.
Yeah.
Alright, keep driving around. I gotta go for a quickie.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Audio Technica one that you have. Seems I
Oh,
don't
the
know.
mic? Or the
Yeah, you
headphones?
get really good quality out of it. How far away is it from you right now, though?
6 inches.
Okay. See, I
If I,
like
had
to.
my, if I had my pop filter, I'd have it a little closer, to be honest.
Yeah. Now I have a nice
I just
large
don't have it on.
computer desk, so I'm thinking about rigging something up on the edge for the boom mic or boom. Because I could pull it over and
Well, just be careful though.
why is that?